Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I think I can say without a shadow of a doubt that universally Friday is our favorite day of the week. We are here to jump into our market stats on our weekend update. So let's dive right in. So taking a look, one of the things that Donnie said last weekend that I want to bring you back to is that depending on how Easter week falls, you may have a little bit of skewed numbers right now. So in our area, half of our schools take spring break week the week before Easter, and half of them take it the week after Easter. So we may have a little bit of skewing universally year over year, depending on when Easter falls, and week to week, depending on how Easter falls. So let's take a look at the Washington, D.C. metro area. Showings are down. That is very expected, consistent with half of Northern Virginia's traffic being out of town for spring break week. So it is down 12% compared to a week ago, 3.3%. That is not unheard of. We will probably see it pop back up in next week's update. New purchase contracts, again, down 4.5% compared to a year ago. That could be a spring break related issue, but up 5.5% compared to last week. So that's great because it shows that people are still putting contracts on. New listings, guys, it's great. 9.8% up over a year ago, down from last week, 4.3%. But again, spring break, not unexpected through that. Active listings, we cannot get enough inventory right now. We will see 47.5% popping up. That is okay. It's great. We need that more balanced market, up almost 4% from a week ago. Again, spring break numbers, and they're skewed just a little bit. Let's see what's happening in our North Central Virginia area. Again, showings up a little bit. That's great, 3.6. They may have a different spring break schedule, down 1.5 from a week ago. New listings, 9.8% of new inventory coming on the market compared to a year ago, down 2.6 from last week. But again, active inventory up from a year ago, 47.4%. That's great. 3% week over week. That just shows a few more properties came on during that last week, and that is great. So we're seeing a lot of good inventory. We're seeing a good balanced market. Balanced market is good. It is never good for those buyers to fatigue out on losing contract after contract or giving away the DNA strand of their fourth born child to be able to get that house $100,000 over asking price. Nobody loves that. Except the sellers, but nobody loves that. All right, let's pop over to Baltimore metro area. Showings down just a little bit, 4.8% over the last year, down almost 3% from the last week. Again, not unexpected. New listings, we got almost 12% more inventory on the market compared to a year ago, down almost 7% over last week. Those new listings, again, my guess is spring break, guys, so that is not anything scary. We are up active listings 28.7% compared to last year. Good. Go inventory, 4% over last week. So all of this is still great information. Maryland, West Virginia Panhandle. Showings down 2.3% year over year, up 3.1% from last week. So people are getting back from spring breaks there. They probably had it early. And now are moving back into selling some houses, up 7% new listings compared year over year, up 7% even on last week. So that's great. And then active listings on the market were up year over year, 24.6%. That's great. Up 2% from last week. So all of this is good news, guys, on the market to balance out that inventory for us, to give us more consistent transaction flow, buyer choice. Sellers are still selling houses. Pricing's more important, guys. You got to price it well. You can't overprice it. You got to price it well to make sure that you're getting the best terms in those contracts. So congratulations to our top performers for last week. The leaderboard shows Yenifer Paredes, number 1, Autumn Smith, Aaron Probasco, Angel Tighe, and Suzanne Reynolds. Congratulations on your top producing volume for the week. By transactions, Angel Tighe, Julia Foard-Lynch, Aaron Probasco, Dilyara Daminova, and Michael Wade. Rock on, guys. Great week. By teams, or by volume, Fox Homes team, Shepherd Homes Group, Uncle Casey Samson team, the Carolyn Young team, and One South Realty Group. You guys, fantastic. And by transactions, again, the Fox Homes team, Shepherd Homes Group, One South Realty, the Carolyn Young team, and Uncle Casey Samson. You guys, great job. Continue to kick ass during the spring market. We are so excited to be able to bring you our new sales meeting format. Again, it is not drive to the office and take the time out of your day. We are doing it via Zoom live. Our next meeting is on Wednesday, April 23rd at 9 a.m. It is an hour and 15 minutes long. We have quick presentations for you guys to give you meat on your business, and we talk about what's going on in the market across our footprint. So you can come on with 500 of your favorite friends to be able to have a discussion about all across the footprint so that you know what's going on. We only know what happens in our world. Educate yourself and broaden your horizons to know what's happening in our entire area so that you can speak intelligently to your clients and help set those expectations. So mark your calendar for Wednesday, the 23rd at 9 a.m. We have some exciting announcements this week. We have had 2 great agents join our management team. So we are super excited to welcome to the Arlington branch, who will be in the office answering all of your phone calls next week on Monday, Pam Ball, who has over 30 years of experience. She's owned her own franchise. She's been PB of firms. She has been in commercial and REO. She's been in new construction. She has run the gamut of experience for us and is joining us, loves to mentor new agents. Her passion is helping agents shortcut their road to success. She's going to be joining our Arlington branch as our manager this week. She's in training, so please join me in welcoming Pam. I also want to welcome Nick Biberai into our McLean office as a managing broker. Nick has tons of experience. He looks like he's 10 in this picture. I'll give him that. But he's got a ton of experience in commercial and residential sales. He's a great commercial resource. Both of these individuals are licensed Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. So Nick is going to be joining our brokerage team as our McLean manager broker. This week he joined. So welcome to both of them. We're super excited to have them to the team. Their information will be on the Cardinal Nest, the broker contact page shortly if it's not already there. And then you guys can reach out to them if you have questions, concerns in those areas and you need additional support. We're super excited as we launch Nick as our new broker manager. Please join us on Thursday, May 8th. You can see there the Samson Cardinal Monument sign did go up on our new McLean space. We have a shiny new space for everyone, and we are moving on May 1 right now. So that big move is scheduled for May 1. The agents will be moving into their offices, and we will be moving into 1313 Dolly Madison, Suite 100, not 101. And it's going to be open for business on May 1st. Now, for anybody that knows, that is the main drag in Dolly Madison and McLean, and it's the old Weichert building. We have taken over that space and made it all shiny and new for our agents out there. We are super excited to welcome you. And then again, mark your calendars 3 to 5 on May 8th. We will do a grand reopening. So partay, people. We're super excited. This one's fun. There's going to be a parade. So in Winchester, Saturday, May 3rd, we are going to be part of the Apple Blossom Parade, Shenandoah Apple Blossom Parade. We evidently have a float. We're super excited. Maybe I'll ride on the float and wave like a princess. I wonder if I have to wear something special to ride on a float. I don't know. But we're going to be on the float, and it's going to be a huge welcome to the Samson area, or to the Winchester area of Samson and Cardinal Title. We're super excited to sponsor that. We will be on at the Virginia Wine and Craft Festival in Front Royal on May 17th. Come visit the Tabali. I think that's table. Come visit that table out there. And then we have our grand opening in Front Royal and Hagerstown coming up soon too. As soon as those dates are set, we will get the word out so that you can come join us for a grand opening in those areas to welcome us and all of our agents to those offices. So we're super excited to launch in those areas as well. For those of you that use Zillow Showcase, or those of you that are listing agents, we did continue our partnership with Zillow. They did honor our agreement for keeping the Zillow Showcase token at $250 per token. You do not have to join with a long-term membership fee. You do not have to pay $1,000 a token if you had to get it on your own. This is a $250 per property token that we have access to, and we have signed a deal with them for the next year. So we have those. Guys, the wonderful thing about that is it gives you additional tags. It draws attention into the showcase. The buyers looking on Zillow, it draws their attention in. It is a 3D floor plan, stills, and a 3D walk tour through the property. And then you can add other services on like drones and things like that if you want. Now, you can use their Zillow photographer, or you can use your own photographer as long as they have the right camera lens, or you can order it through other vendors that also are through that program. If you have questions, you can email either the help desk at samsonproperties.net, or you can email Melissa Walsh, mwalsh@samsonproperties.net. She can help you get you to that education on how it works, as well as help you order your tokens for your property. You do have to order a token before you sign up for Showcase, or you will have problems adding your media later. So please make sure you go through the right steps if you want to use Showcase. I just did it on one of my listings. I went under contract in 3 days, and it was a big mamma jamma. So I love it, and I think that a lot of agents are finding value in those additional eyeballs, additional tags from Zillow pointing to exposure on your listing. So check that out if you have listings coming up. Please save the date. Samson Cares is going to be doing a 50,000 meal packing event. This is one of my favorite events of the year that we do supporting Samson Cares. Setup is August 1st on Friday at Chantilly Bible Church from 4 to 6 p.m. And our main packing event is going to be August 2nd from 10 to 12. Yes, we will pack 50,000 meals in 2 hours. This is a lot of hands make light work, guys. We will send signups out for you to sign up. We invite you to bring your children, your families, your clients, your referral partners, your friends. The more the merrier. We cannot have too many people involved in this event. All of those meals, we partner with a program that gives it to food insecure populations across our footprint, whether it's DC, Maryland, West Virginia, Virginia. We have a very large percentage of our population living below the poverty level, and these meals go directly into the hands of the families that need them, primarily focused on children's programs, that children have food to eat while their parents are working or not there. We're making sure that they've got meals packed for them that they have access to, that they can fix themselves. So please join us. Again, it's one of our through Samson Cares, our philanthropic initiative, but it's one of our favorite events to be able to impact our communities across our footprint. So please join us there. We're inviting you into a lunch and learn. So please invite a friend that's not with Samson that you would like to come learn more about Samson. We're going to be in Tyson's Corner on April 23rd, Chantilly on the 30th, Alexandria on the 15th. We're going to be in Gaithersburg on the 24th, White Marsh on the 29th, McLean on May 8th, Waldorf on May 14th, and Bethesda on the 20th. You can always go to joinsamson.com to learn more about that. You will bring them in, invite them to a great meal to learn more about Samson on our roadshow, and then be able to earn a few dollars if they join us through our rewards, recruiting rewards program. Don't forget with that, the information is big blue button on the Cardinal Nest for you guys to click on. You do have to invite them to a lunch and learn, or introduce them to Donnie, or fill out a form saying that they were coming from you. Please do not email 9 years after the fact and say, hey, I recruited someone. We have got no way to track that to be able to get you some money. So please make sure you follow the rules there, invite them, and we will be happy to treat them and you to a meal at one of those great restaurants. All right, let's dive into our Cardinal closings. We love this. Thank you so much to Cardinal Title for reviewing last week 146 market contracts that came in across our footprint. Guys, the reason these are so powerful is most title companies only do 5 or 10 contracts at a time that they receive in their office. We are aggregating all of our usable contracts across our footprints. What's usable? It can't be more than 7 days old. It can't be commercial. It can't be land. It can't be. It has to be something that's come in the last 7 days that is fully completed, non-assignments, just regular resale contracts to be included in these numbers. So let's boil it down and see what we're looking at. Contract price. If you look at the blue in that first contract box, you can see 45% in West Virginia above offer price, 27% below. Let's jump down to the bottom box and you can see days on market. If you look at 0 to 7 days, 65% in West Virginia went in 0 to 7 days. That really heavily corresponds to the 72% that you see that went list price or higher. Guys, if you're pricing it right, you are going to get list price or higher than list price in a short amount of time. The shorter you can sell that, if you can sell it in 7 days, the better terms you're getting across the board. So the same holds true in West Virginia. You can see that in Virginia, 51% went in 0 to 7 days. We have got 70% there going list price or higher. In Maryland, D.C., 40% went in 7 days or less, and you can see that 70% got list price or higher. So again, pricing it right, condition, it's not just smacking it on the market right now, guys. We've got more inventory, as you saw in our market update. Price it right, get it in a good condition, and you will have the best terms. We are seeing financing come back with a vengeance. One of the things that we saw over the last year was cash deals, were king. And now we are seeing that financing is back in play, and a very small percentage, less than 20% across the board, are only cash deals. Everybody else is back financing. Seller subsidies, Virginia's still holding strong, saying no to some of those seller subsidies, as is Maryland. It does look like West Virginia is giving about 41% in seller closing cost help in those contracts. So now let's talk about our contingencies. Again, directly correlate to some of the pricing and sales days on market. But we are seeing finance contingencies back in these contracts. 89% in West Virginia, 65% in Virginia, and 78% in Maryland. Financing contingencies are back in play, guys. So you can protect your client with those financing contingencies on the buy side. Same with appraisals, 90% in West Virginia, 63% in Virginia, and 80% in Maryland, D.C. had financing and appraisal contingencies in there. When you're looking at your home inspection, 65% in West Virginia had inspections, 44% in Virginia, and 25% only in Maryland and D.C. You guys are still holding strong, negotiating out those home inspection contingencies. Good on you on the listing side. On the buyer side, you can see, guys, in West Virginia and Virginia, they're coming back into play about half the time. Contract to close. We're still seeing about half of our contracts closing in that 16 to 30-day window. Some, of course, are closing shorter than that. Some, of course, just a small percentage are closing larger than that 60-day window, but the majority of them are closing in either the 60 to 30-day window or the 31 to 60. That's your 30 and your 45-day window, guys, that most people use. Based on your request, we did break out better the buyer rep compensation. So let me help you read this chart. Buyer rep in our contracts, 99% of those contracts had buyer representation in the contract. In the line that says seller is paying buyer's rep compensation of, 99% of those contracts came in with a number in them. Now we are breaking out the percentages. Less than 2% compensation, that's your 1%, your 1.5s, your 1.75s. 7% of those contracts had less than 2%. Going from 2 to 2.49, 13%. We did that because, guys, some of you put in 2.25. We wanted to make sure we captured those, but you can estimate between that 2 to less than 2.5, 13% of those contracts. 64% of you came in at 2.5, 2.75, 2.99. 64% of those contracts reflected that. And 8% of you guys, 8% of those contracts had 3% or more in the contracts. Good on you guys for negotiating your commission in there. So lots of good, strong commission.